Alrighty, alright, alright. Alright, 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 alright. Alright, 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 alright. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, 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 oh. Hello. Okay. Okay. Interesting, interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting.
I stay real, I'm breaking trees where you take pills. My medicine, cause I'm too ill. Thrifty, but I'm staying drill when you busters talk fuck shit. I get on the decks and I'll cut it. Hammer time, you can't touch this. I'm 100. What the fuck you bout? One of the realest and I'll say it proud. I'm at a show while I'm puffing loud and I surfboard on top of crowd cause I'm ignorant just like a flame. Whipping up a beat like Dr. Dre. Sipping and smoking, infecting my brain. Speed blasting. Tempo with the same old flow, now you
Ay, ay, ay. What is going on with Discord? Hold on. Discord just went away. Well, this is fantastic. Hold on, guys. My Discord's messing up. So now I need to figure out. This is some horse crap, guys. Hold on. Hold on. This is very unfortunate. My Discord just totally took a shit on me. It's like a virus. I'm wasted. Alrighty. Somebody in Discord doesn't like me. So, now I have to do it the hard way. The hard way. What do I do? Alright. I don't know who's here with me, but I don't care. I'll try to have this video saved and I'll upload it. I could actually do that right now. I'll start recording now as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and close out my Kraken on my computer, save me some processing power. and also on this. Let's see here. Yikes. Whoa. Alrighty guys, I don't know who's in this bitch, but like I said, let's get this out of the way. Hold on, let me fix this rendering. I just noticed this. Jesus Christ. What is going on? Alrighty. Alrighty guys. So we're in a mess of a jungle. And we're definitely come back into this. Oh, and this is literally what it is, this ticker. I got this ticker from my buddy. Hold on. Over here, let's see here. Let me find it. Right here. Oh, here's one of them. This is the shorter one. They're both pretty good. This one has more data. I'll go ahead and go to a 4 square. Put this one on a 4 square. Oh, you big old baby. How did I do that to me? Alright, hold on, one more time. Sorry guys. Let's try to find this again. There it is. Here, I'll post it in Discord. How about that? That's the better thing to do. Now, I'm gonna post it in Trading Basics, okay? Let's see here. Okay? And I'm going to paste the one I have right here in Trading Basics as well. After this, okay, I posted both of them. They both work for me. And then another good one is Brave New Coin Liquid Index for Bitcoin, or BLX. Okay, those are all in trading basics now. Alright, now let's get back into this. Let's dive into the micro real quick, because it seems like we're getting some action going on. Okay, Chevy's giving a buy, a white buy. It tested as support here. This is on the 1 hour. Let's go to the 2 hour. Still a sell. We're still underneath this resistance, heavy resistance at this point right here. So let's go there. So this is where we broke this as support. So we're gonna at least probably test up here at the 60 range if we can continue holding this as support. But what needs to happen, and then our targets would be, according to our valley range rules. So again, let's go over the valley rules. Divergence, this is our valley. So our points of interest, again, are the valley lows or highs, depending on where you're at in the divergence, and the lows. So they're here, there, and then depending on how you have your RSI set, mine's to close right now. You can go low, close. Best set close. So then it's basically all in this range will be in your target zone. And then also here, which is the secondary valley peak, or whatever you want to call it, low, is usually your support or resistance point, on depending on where you're at. So this is your main support right here. Let's go to a 4 hour. 4 hour actually gave us no bullish divergence. 4 hours actually a garbage now, guys, honestly. 4 hours is it's iffy. It's very iffy now. 4 hours saying depending on the shape we make right here, it could be possible. Could be very possible. Depending on the shape we make, say this is 1, 2, and now it's all 3 because this got the peak. Now we're putting in a 4 and a 5 to make extreme bullish divergence. So let's look at that. If that was the case, would put in some sort of ugly formations. Difficult as shit to count, which so far has been difficult as shit to count. But in order to do this, we need counting in here just doesn't match up. You know what I'm saying, guys? Let's look here. Let's look where we started wave 1, wave 3. So this was the start of wave 1, this high. This low was this double top right here. So this was the start of wave 3. 1, 2, that little quick little 1, 2. And then a 3 and a 4, then that's when we got the extended wave 5 within 3. And that created a 4. See, this does not match up. Especially when this created, it's almost like a descending triangle. And triangles don't like to happen in wave 2s whatsoever. So I don't like how the H4 has been giving some not so good signals as of late. So that's something to keep an eye out, in my opinion. Start using the H2 and H6 a little bit more and bank more of your results on those. I mean, there was extreme shell pressure in this. I'm not gonna lie, there was a lot of shell pressure in this. So, 1, 2. I just don't like that. This is a much better count in this, in my opinion. We have more volume in this leg than this leg. So I definitely like but when you look at the 12 hour, very interesting. Daily shows this side more. 12 hours, okay. So yeah, we're gonna stick to this so far. The 4 hour, I don't like you. You're giving false signals, especially since all of the rest of them gave the same signal. The same signal. Same signal. So I'm liking all of them, I'm liking this count a lot better. And so we should get at least a 3-wave, at least. Don't watch Bitcoin. Bitcoin's disgusting. Just follow Ethereum. Ethereum's going to lead the way. It's going to show us the way. Ethereum's going to show us the way as she's been showing us the way. This entire, I always call it constructive. Retrace. I can't remember what the damn word is. You know what I'm saying though. This entire time, Ethereum has led the way while Bitcoin has been a mess. Has been an absolute mess. And Bitcoin is going to continue to be an absolute mess as long as we stay range bound within these parameters. Until we break loose of these parameters and let Bitcoin's price run, that's when we'll actually start being able to get a really clear understanding of what's going on. In my opinion, it's very hard to get an understanding of Bitcoin, but I'm liking what Ethereum put in. Although, let's take a look at this. Let's take a look. These coins are completely different counts in my opinion so far. What is very confusing though is how this gave bullish divergence, because usually that happens between A and C or 3 and 5. I'm not too sure on if it happens in an expanding flat, whatever you want to call it. So like, wrong way. So like an A, it just came down like this. So it made bullish divergence by making it broke this low like this, you know, say like A, B, C, or whatever you want to call it, W, X, Y, whatever you want to call it. Breaking that swing low caused bullish divergence. I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if that's one of the rules, as is you get bullish divergence forming across W and W and X, yeah, and A and B. I don't know if that's the case when you break the low. It's very interesting. very interesting. Because usually across these tops, you'll get some sort of bearish divergence forming like that. But I'm trying to think, do we get a signal from this point, this B point, and the 0 point? That's what I'm trying to understand, because that's in essence what we got. 0 W X bullish divergence from this point and this point. I just don't know if that's the case, if that's a rule, and I'm very curious and I'm very excited to see how this plays out. Because to me, what I see, Ethereum paints a very clear picture. And although they're in two completely different market structures, in essence, you know how this is I think is an A and this is a B and it's a C. And Ethereum is in a totally different market structure, as this is a 5-wave impulse with a huge C leg. The good thing is, from the break of this giant pennant we are in, we've both had a 5-wave structure on both Ethereum and Bitcoin. Bitcoin just followed right after, fell right after. So, if this is true, if they're both putting in their finishing legs, according to Elliott Wave, it should be a 5-wave pattern market structures. And if that's the case, that's what Bitcoin should be putting in too. So let's look at here. Let's look at the possibilities of what we could get here. Hidden divergences usually occur within wave 4s and 2s. So let's look at this. The thing that doesn't make sense is kind of the time perspective. So if this is a 1 and a 2, 1 2 1 2, and this was a 3 and a 4 right here of some sort, because you got hidden bearish divergence that formed right there amongst, created a flat ABC and brought us to new lows, and was a 3. This was a 3. So 1 2 3 4, all this was 3 of some sort. If that was the case, following my rule, 1 2, this finished off, this wasn't a finish off of a 3, this is the dip. trying to see this finishes the market for sure. Double bottom. Matches pretty much the same direction as this, so it matches pretty well. So I'm liking this. Just, and then from here to here to here to here. Let's see here. Can we get a wave 2 bearish divergence being formed? So we got bullish divergence. It's gonna have to form. It can't form. It's gonna have to form out of this whole structure right here. Our divergence to carry us down. From here to here created this market structure's bearish divergence. Right here. Those higher highs. So if this was a 5 wave, this was probably A, B, and a C. Truncate like a very flat C wave. Gave us that bearish divergence, carried us down. And I counted this earlier. There's a 5-wave structure right here. Perfect 5-wave little structure right here from this point. So I really like this. So it's like a W, X, and then we're putting our 3-wave structure this way, like this. If that's the case, so W, X, Y, and I like this a lot. I saw Trade Devil's video where they say we're putting in a triangle. It's possible. I haven't seen their pulled back account, but it must be very different than mine, because mine calls for this being a wave 2 starting, and we're starting a bigger 5-wave market structure. And I'm confident in mine. That guy's really damn good, and I respect him. I highly respect him. Highly respect that guy. He's highly respected. But I don't know if you guys watched my other video in Thorough, but we got bearish divergence that formed right here. So that, to me, concludes this market structures from here to here. And bearish divergence that formed from there to there. I don't know if we got, shoot, someone is, hold on 1 second, someone's just messaged me. Okay. So this is clearly a B, this is clearly a C. Or WXY, one of the two. It's one of the two, for a damn fact. But that looks like a B leg to me, so I say it's a W, it's an X, and this is a Y, and we got a B, C. That was a C leg, A, B, C. And this all is change these colors, green. Let's make these a little bit bigger so they stand out a little bit more. Okay, let's get to business. I see this. where is this? It's an A, B, C. A, this is a B, put in that pennant, and this is C. Lower high, so this is the start of another market structure, which is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whether this this could have been a W, X, Y, X, Z, because there's a 3 wave, 3 wave, 3 wave, 3 wave, and then a 1, 2, and a 3, or no, a 1 pennant and a 3. So that all was a WXY. So ABC, WXY, and this, where are we at? These are gonna have to be cayenne. Let's make these. Bear with me, I'm trying to go as fast as possible, you guys. Okay. So A, B, C, then C came in a 5 wave, and it matches well on RSI, and it came in an ending diagonal, which is very common for ending C. Or as we had bullish divergence that formed from here to here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 bullish divergence that formed across those bottoms and tops right there. Concluded that C leg, this market structure, and let's see here. Where is it at? This is also an ABC. And since we got this bearish divergence that's formed, it concluded this entire structure in this area. And now it's time. This clearly made a 5-wave impulsive structure down. This made a clear 3-wave impulsive structure down. Up, I meant. In the form of ABC or WXY, whatever you want to call it. AB, and then a 1 or 2 or 3, 4 or 5. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? And we clearly made a 5-wave structure down. Clearly. So we are going to make a 3-wave structure this way. But it's just going to be corrective amongst the larger 5-wave down, in my opinion. We have confirmation of bearish divergence amongst this entire market structure. There's an alternate count, I think it's Sean's count, which is very viable too, where all this is just a big old B leg, which also makes very sense. So this is all a B. Or WX 1 or 2. I can't remember exactly what his looks like, but I know it's I don't know what the interior structure looks like, but I know for a fact is that A and B is a huge B leg, which also makes very sense. But regardless, we got bearish divergence that we hit 3 points of bearish 3 points of divergence. So 1, 2, 3. That is the big Camacho. And then if you take the bottom support range, draw it across. Oh no, guys. Oh no. We broke our channel on RSI. And we are now range bound between 60 and 40, which is a chop zone, first of all, but second of all, brings us to a more likelihood of getting pushed down to the 55, 35, and then from there the 40, 25 bear zone. And as long as we stay, as soon as we crack, well, we cracked 40 already, so as soon as we confirm staying under 55 and 60, this next run up, we'll confirm we're in bearish territory again. And it's going to be sustained. And the reason why we sustained is because of this bearish divergence that formed. And now let's take into account the bearish divergence that formed, and let's take my rules, my value rules, guys, and let's map out specific points to where we must pay attention to price. So now there's 3 points, so this entire market structure completed. So now we have to take to account all these points, you guys. So here to here to here, that's our valley. You got that? This is what our bearish divergence that formed. It was hidden. So on RSI, we're gonna take. I'm a guy for value things. It has to be closes. For value rules, it has to be closes, you guys. So this low close, which is right here. This high, and this low, this close. So what this signifies, what these points signify is this. These two are your bottom supports, your major supports. This is your extra major support. Your secondary touch is your most support. Your big Camacho. Closing under that is detrimental on a probably a monthly or a bi-weekly type of thing. So that was this point right here, I believe. So if we close this month, which has a lot of time left, it'll be very bad. Let's go to a 3-day. A 3-day probably give us a little bit clearer of a picture in terms of price. Same thing, bearish divergence across the 3 tops formed, which is lovely. Taking account for the bottoms. We definitely are in a channel, but the problem is now, see, we just been in this chop zone the entire time. Chop, 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 chop zone, which makes perfect sense. And we've created bearish divergence amongst multiple facets. People who are ignoring this, I don't know, man. I guess you can ignore it, but I just don't like the way it looks. The weekly is the only one that's not really showing it. The weekly kind of stayed with the price, but barely. The daily and the 3-day, the 12-hour all show the same thing. Now seeing what carries over the most. Let's look at the weekly, and you see the weeklies in the alligator right now. It can go up or down. It can open either way. So looking at the 3-day again, these points, which are, this low is, so this is our bottom end support that we cannot absolutely close under on a 3-day time period. This is our bottom end support, guys, which is 6,071, which makes, look at that, makes perfect sense. VPR says that's like pretty much the bottom end support in this time period too, this range. This makes perfect sense. Amongst all price action, it's pretty much the bottom end support as well, so I like that. This is our bottom end support, and it makes sense as that's our lowest 2 closes we had. Our top end range is obviously going to be this price. Breaking this on the top end side will break us out bullishly, obviously. And then this as well will be our secondary top end range. So this is where, if we get a really good ABC push out of this, which I don't think we'll get this strong, this is where I think we'll stop. Right about 6,920 bucks, but a little bit lower than that to close, which is roughly 6,080.20 to 6,080.70 is where I expect us to top out a wave 2 coming up for a really nasty ABC. Let's mark this as red. And then our last point, oh, that was our last point. This point, our high point, our super high point, which is this point, this point. But I just don't think we don't have to worry about those because I don't think we'll ever get there. It's just the ones we're concerned about are obviously these supports, and this intermediate now was support, now is resistance. And it's going to take 2 closes, so 6 days. It's going to take a weekly close underneath these lines to carry these over. You see how we had 1 3-day close underneath, but it wasn't enough to really push this down. We still managed to get out. But we had 2 closes underneath, a 3-day and a 3-day, and then it carried us down pretty far for a few days, for like 2 weeks or whatever. until we managed to break up again, because we held this bottom end side as support. We closed, and then held it over a week. So now it showed strength on the bottom end, and it is reaccumulated and broke out. Okay, so bottom end support 60-62, top mid side resistance 60-80-60 to 60-80-70, or 60-84 to 60-80-70. That's our numbers to be watching. Bottom daily stochastic still has time to move down and round up, so we're not out of the woods at all. People, like I said, I don't know what the heck the trade devils count is entirely, but you guys know mine. And my secondaries is very similar to Sean's. It's like an ABC. Either way, we got bearish divergence that signaled an end of the intermediate market structure. And I just see this as part of a wave too. We're underneath all this resistance. Top side, like I said, just map it out. Why it's not showing on this time frame? That's funny. 60-82 though, which is 60-80-40, which is right here, which is basically this base. So if we were to get an ABC, that's as high as a nasty C leg. That's as high as I expect us to go. But I don't think we'll get there, because if this was our 5-wave structure down, and this was just a WXY, like I'm assuming, then we should just create a flat, wow, like this, an interior. Let's make this show a wave. Well, let's look like this. Because we had two forms of this happen on the macro trend. We had an ABC running flat there, or whatever you call it, and then we had one up here as well. So we had two of them form in this macro and the micro trend. So I'm leaning towards that trend's going to continue on. So it happened in a smaller trend, medium trend. Now I'm expecting it to happen in a larger trend. And I don't know if you guys saw my post on Bitcoin in Discord. I like the fractal I saw, which signals us more downside after we went a little bit up. So I'm looking to short this range specifically. I'll probably, if you're looking to short, you probably place a really small bid back up here, just above this swing high, right about 60, 65, 64.9, 64.80, to the low side of the 64.60. And then you place a larger bet, because if it breaks above this, it will close above. We will make a, so this is a AB. And this is the start of a C leg coming up. C leg can come in multiple facets. It can be a 3-leg, or it could be a 5-wave like this. If it ends up being a 5-wave like that, we could close above it like this and end up here. And this is where I would expect I'll put a larger short right in this range. And I do not expect this to break over 60-40, 68.40. as due as per RSI, and just because we created so much hidden bearish divergence on larger time frames, I just think they're going to carry us over, because it carried upon 3 points on price action. And people may look at this and say this might be a pennant, like a bull pennant, but I just can't ignore. I can't ignore this, guys. I can't. 1, 2, 3. Can't ignore that. I cannot ignore that. Can you? And also, when you look at this weekly, the RSI, right here, range bound in a flag shape, clearly defined borders, support borders, and we broke under it. Kind of like an ending diagonal, right? So we broke out, and it was 1. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's like an ending diagonal in RSI. In a 5th wave, in my opinion, because this was wave 3 down here, or right here, 1 or 2, I forgot which one it was. And now we got bearish divergence formed. So, is this? And I know if you're an Elliott wavist, this clearly is defined a 1. This is clearly defined 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5. 2 was quick and sharp. 4 was, they both came in zigzags, ABCs, but 4 was much longer and drawn out. And so, to me, this looks like a completed market structure. And if that's the case, I'm just expecting this not to be a bull pennant whatsoever. I guess for you people who like shapes, it's definitely a descending triangle. There's no doubt about that. No doubt about that. And that is one of the most bearish things ever. And the break is bearish as hell. And usually you could take this as your extension. Take it from the breaking topping point. And that brings us to like 2,000. I forgot where you put it. I think it's like the midpoint, or I'm going to the midpoint, which is like right there. So like 3,000 bucks. Right in this pocket of support. So I know there's a lot of bullish hopium out there, but I urge you to try to stay off Twitter, stay off the news, do your research, look at the charts. The charts will always tell you the way. If you feel like you don't know, you feel like you're getting like too biased, flip the chart. Just flip it. Look, this is how you guys do it. You come up here, you just press -1. Shoot, wrong thing. Or yeah, -1. Oh shoot, -1. I forget it. I can't believe I forgot it. Hold on. No way. No way. Maybe can't do it on BLX. Oh, it's probably 1- actually. Yeah, it's 1-. It actually looks a lot like a bull flag. That's absolutely hilarious. The 6 hour does not support that though. Neither does the 2 hour. But yeah, you get my point. Just put 1 minus, and it'll totally help you flush your biased thought. It helps me at least when I think, okay, if I see a whole bunch of bullish hopium, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna flip the chart. Maybe I'm missing something, and it helps me get a clear mind, get a clear thought of what's going on, what I see. So that was the high, super high. So yeah, this is definitely wave 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is this the end? It's hard to say. It's hard to tell. This is definitely 3, 4, 5. I really think this might be wave 3 of 5, guys. But invalidation of this will be right here. Obviously. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I'm gonna put the new invalidation will be right here, guys. It'll be right here. Right there at 202. If we cross 202, we're gonna go up to possibly 220ish, 213 to 220. But if we don't cross 202 and we cross 191, then we're gonna go down to we almost got a 1618 extension. Not quite though. Let's see here. Make sure I'm correct, politically correct. Don't want to give you the wrong spots. What was a higher high? So low was 216.36. Low oh 212. Okay, 212. 212.16. So that was this is the highest point of one, right there. The lowest point was right there. I think it was like this actually, like that. So you have to probably dive in a little bit deeper to get the count in here, where bearish divergence formed in this to get the 5th wave to draw your point off of, and it was right here. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna pause this real quick. Someone's giving me a call. Give me 1 second, okay, guys? 1 second. I'm gonna step out real quick. It'll be like 3 minutes. Pause. Okay, sorry about that. Whew. Alright. So, bearish invalidation, confirmation, break of this. And I think we confirmed that we're breaking down for extended fifth leg. Although, like I said, we do got bearish divergence that formed from here to here. And possible from here to here. Well, not possible, it definitely formed. Our bullish divergence. So usually we look for 3 points, but this may be enough to carry us good because Bitcoin looks a little more popped off. But break of 202, bullish. Break of 191, bearish. Got it? Good. This does look like a B leg though. A, B, go flat, doesn't it? You gotta be aware of all possibilities. So those are the two price lines we have to be aware of in terms of Elliott wave. In terms of value rules, our top end support, or in this case resistance, would be 230 followed by 220, and then our support is right here at this high right here. So where's that close at? That close is crucial. So right here, this close right there at 192 is what we can't close under anymore on a 1 hour time frame. We wick to it, that's dangerous. We can't close under it. If we close under it, then we could expect downside. And our secondary, well, obviously this will be our secondary support. Close underneath there, we're definitely going under 187. So all in all, Bitcoin looks like we're putting in a wave 2. So I would expect if they're going to do somewhat of the same thing. I mean, we got bearish divergence from here and there, and this could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, easy. Or like I said, this could be a 1, 2. All this could be a pennant, but to me, this just doesn't have the right look, you know. Typically, the right look is very like that. That's the right look, and that gave us the right look right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right there. So no positions for anybody right now, in my opinion. Unless you're hedging. If you're hedging, then by all means, go ahead and hedge. But if you're not hedging, no positions should be made until confirmation of these closing on 1 hour time frame. 190 to 191, and then 200 to 202. All in all, we're either going to finish this correction right here. This is the end of 505, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This even kind of has the right look. A, B, C. 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. In terms of duration, that makes a lot more sense. Like that took that long, this took that long. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5. If that was the case, but I like this as an ABC, A, B, C, A, B, C, WXY, whatever you want to call it. Bearish divergence. The 4 hours is the only one that does not give us that bullish divergence. We got on a 2 hour, right? Okay, it's from. The 2 hour doesn't give it either. From there. How about from here? It does from there. Barely. 4 hour does not. 4 hour breaks it. 6 hour. We got bearish or bullish. Bullish. Daily bullish. We'll see. It definitely could look like an extended wave 3. Like I said, it all could have been. So A, B, C. This started wave. This is 1, 2. It could be. I just don't see it like that. Just don't see it like that. I mean, the 12 hour supports that. Could be. So that's something to be aware of right now, guys. Because before we had it as I had it as a completely different count. It depends on what kind of structure this makes. So if you recall earlier, my original count is this. We created our first leg, 5-wave leg, because we got bearish divergence that formed from here to here on the 6 hour and on the 2 hour. The 4 hour does not support that. If this is wave 4, we should at least we'll retrace into right here, literally to 230 to 220, 230. We should retrace into 220, 230 if this is a wave 4. Starting now. I do think we're gonna at least retrace. I don't think we're gonna break more bearishly first. Now that the more I look at this, I don't think we're gonna break bearishly. I think we did complete a 1, 2. This is at least a 3. Yeah, I do for a fact. This is for sure a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5. Let's make that green. So 2 possible scenarios. Sounds redundant, huh? As people bash on Elliott Wave. You always have 4 million accounts. If you miss one, it has to be the other one. It's that one, it's that one. Well, it's about process of elimination. So people don't know how to do this. Don't have time for this. Don't have the patience for this. Well, it takes a lot of time and effort to do this stuff. Like I said, the 2-hour and the 6-hour support purple. Let's write this down. H2 and H6 support purple. I can't spell for shizness. H4 says we just put in a 3. And we're above 60 resist. I mean, it does support like a. Man, I don't know, man. Go either way. Either way. But regardless of what it is, I suspect more upside than downside right now. Confirmation of that will be, like I said, a close on a 1-hour time frame of 202, and confirmation of this count being wrong and more downside will be a break of 191. Got that, guys? Let's write this down. Break here. Bearish 191. Close here. Bullish. Three, 4, yep. And then now if this was an entire completed market structure, 1, 2. The targets we would aim for a 1 and 2 would be bearish would be from here, these two lows. So basically the same points there and oop, not red. Okay, the micro are definitely completed a wave. Now we're trying to figure out if our wave 5 is completed or not. So this was wave 4 from up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, this is 5 now. We're now trying to figure out if 5 is complete, guys. Is 5 complete? Wave 5. Put this in white. Make this extra big. Let's incorporate something else I kind of lost, not love for, but I don't know why I stopped using it. This Mammo Jamma. That was really didn't show right there. Okay, we already broke this trend line. So now if we break this one, we'll probably... Okay, if we break this trend line, guys, make it a little bit thicker. Let's maybe make it... Oh shit, wrong one. This guy right here. If we break this one, then we've completed wave 5 completely. Well, not wave 5, but a completed 5-wave structure that could be a completed wave 5 of C. And again, I'll reiterate why I think that we could end this entire structure right here is because we've already extended over a 1-to-1 ratio the first drop move down. So if we're considering this wave 1, this is 2, all this is 3, 4, and this is 5. Which could, like I said, that's what our count is. Or this could be all of 1, like a weird leading diagonal, 2, 3, 4, 5. If this is all 1, this is 2, this is 3, 4, and 5. I mean, look at this. It's not a bad count. Is it? It's not a horrible count. ABC, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got a 5-way structure within 3. It's not a bad count whatsoever. So if this was wave 1, all this is a wave 3, and to me that makes more sense, dude, honestly. In terms of time period, and the way this looks, that looks way better. And if this is the case, okay, if this wave 5 is part of this 1, 2, 3, let's make this. Let's make it white. Let's delete this. I'm leaning towards this now more, guys and girls. The way I look at this, the way it looks, I just don't think wave 4 should extend six times over wave 2. So if this is, like I said, that was all of wave 2, it lasted like freaking 3 days, 2 days, or like 2 bars in this. Oh, what the hell? So it lasted 6 bars, 3 days, and then wave 4 damn near lasted a whole month. That makes no sense in terms of time frame. To me, it does not. The more I look at this, the more I want to say it matches closer to this. It makes more sense to me. I don't think it should extend over 4 times over the duration of wave 2. That's crazy. Maybe 2 times, but not 4 times. That's too much to me. Too much. So I like this. I got a perfect clear 5 waves. Wave 1 does not retrace. Wave 4 does not retrace into wave 1 territory. We have a 5-wave impulsion structure into wave 3. We have confirmation of extended volume in wave 3. Bearish divergence across these tops. Confirmation of wave 5. Pleating a wave 1 structure. An A, B, C simple constructive zigzag. And this started 1, 2, 1, 2. All this was 3, 4, 5 of 3, 3, 4. All this was 4. Bearish hidden bullish divergence here, there and there. Start of 5. I'm liking this white count better, the most now. This is my revised count. So if this is the case, we can expect wave 1 was the longest. Thus, if this is the case, wave 5 cannot extend greater than wave 3. So let's get an extension. Where's the line in the sand? Minus 265 bucks. That is substantial, you guys. That brings us down all the way to $50. That's how far we could extend. Oh, that's absolutely atrocious. But that would support a lot of other things. Because the way I look at this, I'm sorry this is taking so long, but I'm trying to get a lot of thoughts into this and get you guys on the way I'm thinking about this entire market structure. Because the way it looked like Ethereum was going to break out before Bitcoin, in the sense of Bitcoin's still in its constructive triangle, you know, it's still up here floating this triangle. It hasn't broken its swing low. So if this was the end of the entire not constructive. I cannot believe I always forget this damn word. Correction. Maybe because it's kind of similar. It's still in this correction, like super tight correction phase. If this was to end the correction of Ethereum completely, it would make no sense. It would mean the flippening would happen. As in, Ethereum would take off, Bitcoin would break its low and capitulate. And I don't think that's going to happen, man. I don't think Ethereum's going to be the big dog. Nope. Bitcoin's king. So, me suggesting this is wave 3, and this is now coming to 5, 4, and 5, and a bigger scale. I like it better. And it supports Bitcoin breaking its low and taking coins with it. That makes sense? Because now if this is all of wave 1, this is 2, now this is 3, this is 4, this is 5. Let's make this cayenne. Get this. Remember when Sean called me crazy for first doing this on Bitcoin and then we ended up fucking extremely low? Yeah. I'm going ballsy again, guys. I'm getting ballsy again. Doing my weird shit. Staying off Twitter. Flip the chart. Because look at this. Look at 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna hold it as support. We're gonna hold 60 RSI support, and then create bearish divergence in this structure right here. Possibly amongst these structures. We already got good volume here, sell volume, so all it's going to take is Bitcoin breaking its low to confirm this 5-way structure on a larger, this bigger 5-way structure. Because like I said, if this was part of the smaller structure, this 5th wave, then I already met all the requirements necessary to complete the structure, and it just wouldn't make sense when in terms of Bitcoin, unless Bitcoin is not going to break its low and is going to break out, then it just doesn't make sense. Because this entire time Bitcoin has led the way. It's not led the way, but it's pulled everybody with it. Ethereum, when I say Ethereum's led the way, the reason why it's led the way is because it's painted a very clear picture, where Bitcoin was very messy. So it was very easy to depict where price action was going to head, just because how clear the picture Ethereum painted for us. Bitcoin was not like that whatsoever. And so, since that's so strange, that's so weird. Since Bitcoin wasn't easy to depict, where are we gonna go? Since it just makes more sense. You know what I'm saying, guys? So confirmation will be Bitcoin breaking this low and closing underneath it on a weekly time basis. You think this is a lot of sell volume? Just wait. If this is confirmed, this wave 3 will be disgusting for people. Regardless, next 24 hours, 48 hours, I expect us to continue up. Regardless, whether we have the purple ending or the blue right now, ending the first wave of 5. Regardless, we're at least make an ABC or make some sort of pennant formation like that. Time will tell over next few 4 days or so where exactly where we head, but it's definitely a possibility, you guys. So that's all I have. If you have any questions and all that stuff, feel free to ask me, shoot me any questions, any concerns. If you have any charts to show me, shoot me them. I'll critique them, go over them, see what I say. If you have any thoughts, concerns of your own, shoot them my way. I always like to throw thoughts and stuff back and forth. It helps me think better, helps me get clear, helps me formulate new ideas. So feel free to do that. Don't feel discouraged, don't feel embarrassed. I want to get the picture right, you want to get the picture right. Let's help each other. That's my full thoughts. My new findings to account on Ethereum is matches more with what Bitcoin should do, in my opinion, and I like it better, in my opinion, as well. But that's all I have, guys. Like I said, feel free to shoot me any messages, any questions, anything you want. I'm here. I'm going to be up for a little bit. I'm probably going to make a video, a recording, about how to find coins to trade throughout the day, and then I'll upload it and post it in our Discord. Alrighty? Alrighty, you guys all have a good night, good morning, good day, wherever you're at. Cheers.